As an online entrepreneur, it is important to market daily. Peter Sorensen, co-founder of Team Take Massive Action, shares his Facebook and video marketing strategies right here in this hangout.
We're live. Okay.
We're live.
This is Glenn Hodges. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm on my screen porch office in beautiful Signal Mountain, Tennessee. This is a TMG hangout, which is just a mastermind group composed of usually 5 individuals, but today we have Diane Diamantis down in Boca Raton, Florida, and Danielle Keogh there in Bellevue, Washington. And today we're very privileged to have a very special guest, the co-founder of Team Take Massive Action, Peter Sorensen, who's going to be sharing some of his secrets to success today, which have to do a lot with Facebook marketing, video marketing, and a lot of other cool stuff. So I will kind of turn things over to our chief moderator, Danielle Keogh.
You have had a lot of success on Facebook, Peter. When did you start doing your Empower Network adventure?
First off, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Cool. So thanks for having me on, first and foremost, Danielle. You'd reached out to me, and we met at our Las Vegas Internet Marketing Workshop the end of last month, and it was awesome. We got to share with fellow Team Take Massive Action members and guests for a weekend, different marketing strategies that we're using in our business and how to create traffic, leads, and sales, how to make money online with our affiliate program, Empower Network, and really just great principles that you can use for any business. And so I'm just grateful to be on here. You asked me when did I get started with this journey with the Community Empower Network. It was a little over a year ago, actually, June of last year. June 1st, actually, is when myself, my good friend Chris Record, George Bailey, and Arthur Tubman, the 4 of us, started Empower Network and created and formed this community Take Massive Action. And at the time, I was actually, first and foremost, to back it up a little bit, I'd been looking for a way to make money online, be able to do something different. I had been in direct sales network marketing for many years, and got, quite frankly, got burnt out of trying to sell lotions, potions, and pills, and make, what's the 10% commissions. And I also had a big background in real estate. So for the last almost decade, I had this parallel kind of 2-hat person, if you will. One was like a network marketer, direct sales professional, and the other one was a real estate professional, real estate investor. And both had its pros and both had its cons, right? So, a little over a year ago, I had the con of like losing money in real estate. I made money, then lost it. I was trying to do a traditional network marketing, home-based business, and I'd made a couple $1,000 in like 4 or 5 months of working. It was just like, this is a joke. And so I was looking for a way to make money online and do internet marketing, and I had been exposed to it, but honestly I hadn't really done much with it. And my good friends Chris and Arthur were just killing it and doing consulting deals and making money and working with businesses and doing different projects. And so when I actually found Empower Network, and I was like, hey guys, let's do this. Let's partner together. I don't want to do something by myself. If I'm going to do something, I'm all about the team. I'm about working together, having partners, having mentors, and having a good time doing it. And so, hey Glenn, good to see you back on. And so when we got started, I decided, you know what, I'm going to do this. And I got to admit, last 15 months ago, I was pretty much flat broke. I was living in a 5-bedroom house with 4 other guys in Las Vegas, Nevada, some friends of mine. I'd moved from California, San Diego, where I was living before that, just kind of rebounding, getting back on my feet, wanted to keep expenses low. And so, I was at a really tough financial situation, but I saw Empower, I saw this as a vehicle. And more importantly, I saw the vehicle of once I could learn the skill sets of online marketing, learn the ability to be able to market a product, a service, especially information, from anywhere in the world at any time, and to be able to build a list, be able to build a customer base, and to also be able to build a team to where I can inspire and help other people make money, and I can make money doing that as well. So I saw Empower Network as the vehicle to be able to do that, what I call a dual income opportunity. To be able to make an income, in any business, learning the skill sets of internet marketing. But while I'm learning, I could promote this vehicle. I could promote the internet marketing training products that Empower Network has, the incredible leadership and personal development training that they offer, combined with the technical skills of internet marketing, and earn big commissions, earn residual commissions, earn high ticket commissions. I really saw it as a great vehicle to where I can make an income while I'm learning how to be a successful internet marketer, while I'm building a list, while I'm knowing how to use Facebook marketing, YouTube marketing, and the right mindset strategies to go along with it, have the right foundation in place, which we'll share today on this Hangout. So long story short, it's been an incredible journey over the last 15 months, I guess, or so. Being able to literally go from broke and struggling, just getting started, to making a six-figure income over the last year, to having days as much as $13,000 in a single day, and it's been incredible. I got the opportunity to move down to Costa Rica and live down there for the last 5 months. Living on the beach, overlooking the ocean. It was a dream come true, and all of that was possible because I plugged into this system, I got educated, I made a decision, I got all in, I followed the 8 core commitments, I marketed daily, which we're going to talk about today. I got to events, and that's a big one. I got to live events, and I got a team of people to these events, and my income soared. Now, right off the bat, income disclaimer, my results aren't typical, they're not average. I think you can go into Ian disclosure, you can go to powernetwork.com/income.php to see an average earnings income disclosure. But here's what I know. I chose to be not average, right? I chose to do something untypical. I chose to do what most people don't do, which is to take consistent, massive action, to plug in, to get all in, and to just make it happen, and not have excuses. Because one of my mentors said a couple of years back when I was getting started in business, he said, Peter, you can have reasons or you can have results, but you can't have both, right? You can make money, or you can make excuses, but you can't have both. And here's what I know. I was just thinking about this earlier. I saw a good post from a friend and a very successful marketer, Aaron Rashkin, online, talking about people and excuses, and whether or not they have someone to get mentored by, or just making excuses. And leaders, there's the whole saying, winners never quit, quitters never win. And I'm going to say, leaders never whine, and whiners never leave, right? Leaders never whine, they just make it happen, and whiners never end up leading people, right? And so, with that foundation, we'll get into, and I'll kick back to you, to Danielle, in a second here. We can take it, hang out from here, and get into some, just some nuts and bolts training and things that I've done in my Facebook marketing and YouTube marketing, and really the mindset principles behind it all. But just to kind of sum up the journey over the last year with our Team Take Massive Action, which is just flat out changing the lives of hundreds and thousands of people all over the world, creating success stories like crazy, creating real community and support. So one thing you'll find inside of our Team Take Massive Action, as I'm one of the co-founders of, is this real like-minded group of people, this community that you can plug into. Because let's face it, guys, if you're on this Hangout and you're watching, if you're a guest and you've got this link somehow and you're watching the Hangout, it's challenging out there. The world is filled with a lot of what I call energy suckers and energy vampires. They suck your energy, they're negative. And so if you want to change your world, if you want to change your outer world, one of the important things is to change the environment, and is to change the people you associate with, the people that you listen to, the people that you learn from, the people that you work with. And so our Team Take Massive Action inside of Empower Network is that community of people that you can connect with both online as well as offline as well, to inspire you, to empower you, and to teach you the real skill sets and the training that you need to succeed online, to build this business, to build any business, okay, and to really learn these principles. So, it's been an incredible journey. I love it. I actually just moved down here. So before we get started, I'm going to do a quick pan. I just moved here to downtown Miami, and I'm overlooking the bay here, and I'm just going to kind of do a quick shot just so you guys see. This is my daily office view, and down here in Miami, Florida, it's absolutely gorgeous. You guys just kind of see, and this is what I get to work from. This is what I get to look at every single day. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I've always wanted to live in like a high-rise condo. I've never lived in one before, and so that's my daily office view. I, the last several months, got to work in Costa Rica. and I decided, you know what, let's move back to the States and have a good international travel hub. And the cool thing is, it's only a 2.5-hour direct flight back to Costa Rica. So
nice.
I love it. I love it. So, and all that's possible because of this community, because of Take Massive Action, what I've learned with Empower Network, and just staying consistent, staying focused, and just doing whatever it takes over the last year. And it's, you know, it wasn't an overnight success by any means, but, you know, action compounded over time can equal results. So with that, I'll kick it back to you, Danielle, and take it from there.
Well, Peter, you have done an amazing job with yourself in your online business, and you have highlighted two things, your Facebook marketing and your video marketing. Could you please share your strategies for Facebook marketing?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, I'll take it back. So when I started in Empower, I will say one of the assets I had, because I was relatively new to online marketing, but one thing I did learn how to do years prior was build up a following, if you will, a network, a friend network on Facebook. And so I learned with something called the Facebook method. And that essentially is to reach out and to connect with targeted, like-minded people. So years prior, I was in a real estate business, and we sold real estate education, and we would do seminars. We would actually do local meetings and events every single week when I lived down in Southern California, and I had an office in Torrance, and so we'd do these events. And so as I was kind of struggling to get more leads for my business, I turned to Facebook back in 2009. And so I started to add people on Facebook. I created a Facebook group, for instance, which is still an effective strategy today, and fan pages are even more effective. I'll talk about that. But essentially what I did was every single day I would reach out to about 20 new people. So every single day, and I miss some days, of course, I'm not perfect, but on average I would reach out and I would add these people. I would add targeted people, and I would send them a personalized message. You know, I would send a personalized message, hey, I saw that you were, you know, we had this in common, or I saw that you were also part of this page or this Facebook group, and, you know, you're doing this. I'd love to reach out to you, network, you know, I'd love to see how we can help each other. I look forward to connecting with you further. Something simple but specific to them. I would tailor a targeted message to them, and I would add them as a friend. Now, here's the thing. Not everyone added me back, right? But I would do this consistently over time, and what would tend to happen is I'd get a percentage of people that would, you know, add me. We would be friends. They'd start seeing my posts on Facebook, so they'd see, you know, what I was promoting, and I'll go into that as far as Facebook marketing, because here's what I know, guys, right off the bat. Most people that are, let's say, promoting something on Facebook, right, or, you know, with their Facebook profile, their profile is not set up for success. Their profile looks like garbage. It's not professional. It's all over the place, or they're promoting a million different things, or they're just spamming links. Okay, so one of the things that I learned how to do from my offline kind of network marketing days was build relationships. And so when I got online and on Facebook, I translated that skill online, right? So it's just like if you're going to meet someone new, or, you know, a man or a woman, if you're going to start to date someone, right? You're not going to just go down their throat the first second you meet them. You know, it's a gradual process. So when I add someone, maybe they accept me back, I'd strike up a conversation. I wouldn't say, hey, go check out my business, right? I would begin a conversation with them. I get to know them. I get to know what they're doing. I look for ways to legitimately and authentically add value to them. You know, I'd want to sincerely find out what they're doing, what they're interested in. Is there anyone in my network that I can connect them with? Okay, so one of the skill sets of an entrepreneur as a networker, online or offline, is looking for ways to connect people with opportunities, resources, connections that will help them, right? The more you serve others, the more you're going to get back in return.
So basically, you're wooing. So basically, you're wooing them.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
You're wooing them.
Yeah, I'm using attraction marketing, and here's the thing. I'm subtly in the beginning, especially. I am using my own Facebook posts as a way to share maybe some things about what I'm doing, the business or product or service I'm promoting, right? And I weave it in with my personal posts, okay?
So are you using your actual personal Facebook, or are you using your Facebook pages, or your
I'm using my personal, you know, here's the thing. For me, I use my personal page. I use primarily over the last few years, and especially over this last year, I've used just my own personal Facebook. I've used my personal Facebook page to build up to 5,000 friends. So now I have over 5,000 friends. Okay. The downside is I have like maxed out and I have like 1,000 friend requests, and so I need to start, now I need to like, merge it over to a Facebook page. But I've up until now used my Facebook page. I've used it to grow my friends, okay, grow a following of targeted people that are like-minded in some way. I then have used my post, my wall, to when I get people to look at my stuff. I use my wall to be a little bit more direct. I use Facebook chats and direct messages to connect with people, to build those targeted connections, and to build that relationship. Because then what ends up happening is then they check out my post. They see what I'm up to on my Facebook wall. So I'm not directly like just going down their throat and trying to promote something. Now, if they ask me, hey, what do I do? They might ask me in a Facebook message, well, so Peter, what are you doing? Or I saw this on your Facebook page, on your Facebook wall. Tell me more about it, right? So if they give me that opening, then I'll take the next step and share a little bit more about it. And here's what I want you guys to take away. I use what's called ICRs, interest creating remarks. ICRs, interest creating remarks. Okay? Or, ICQs even, interest creating questions. So what this means is if they ask me what I do or something like that, I'm going to create a statement that's interest creating that gives them enough information to want to learn more, right? So I might say, hey, I co-founded this community, Take Massive Action, and we teach people the 3 C's of online marketing, how to create traffic, capture leads, and convert sales for any business. Or, I help people, be able to, make money online from home. Or, we built this community of empowering, entrepreneurs, and, I might have a soft call to action. If you love to learn more, let me know. I can give you some more information. So it's very simple, very soft sell, and I create interest creating the remarks that would want to get them to either A, ask me hey, well, tell me more about that, or that sounds interesting. Where could I learn more about that, right? So here's just sales 101, whether it's offline, online, principles. You want to get good at becoming someone that delivers enough information to pique their curiosity to want to learn more. And then from there, you send them to an information, a system, a presentation. So the great thing about what we have with our Take Massive Action and Empower Network is we have done-for-you sales systems. We have done-for-you presentations and sales funnels and trainings online to where you can send your contacts, your prospects, these people that you're connecting and building rapport with, to a presentation and information to where, number one, they can get value, maybe some type of free training like our Facebook method, for instance. Or I created a training a while back called the funding method, 21 ways to fund your business, anywhere from $500 to $5,000. So someone in our community can share one of these tools, one of these resources, and at the same time, that person is going to get sold, if you will. They're going to get educated on our Team Take Massive Action and on Empower Network. So in a nutshell, okay, I would use my Facebook profile to weave in both personal lifestyle, personal things I'm doing, as well as business posts. Okay, so I would weave in personal status, because people go on Facebook to connect and talk about their lives. They don't really go on Facebook directly to do business, right? So, but you can weave in business into your posts, into your threads, and into your conversations with people, okay?
Well, Peter, I do have to say one thing. You make this all sound so easy, and obviously it's become easier for you than the average network marketer. But you have 5,000 friends, and you probably have a couple thousand people following you. How do you have enough time to engage with all of these people? How do you decide who to engage with? I mean, like, are you 12 or 20 people, or do you outsource some of this?
Well, here's the thing. So in the beginning, right, first and foremost, I didn't have 5,000 friends, right? I had my first day on Facebook just like everyone else, right? So I went through the process and through the learning curve of adding people and connecting with people, and I went through the process of messaging people and even probably spamming too much, or I learned from my mistakes, right? So when I share what to do and what not to do, I'm sharing from experience. I've done all the bad things that you shouldn't do, right? I've barfed on people, so to speak. I've gotten blocked on Facebook multiple times for adding too many people at once, all right? So I've done all of these things, and so I've learned from experience. So in that process, okay, here's one thing. When you ask about like time and how do you connect with everyone, first off, I don't connect with everyone. I mean, the majority of my friends on Facebook now, I don't talk to all of them on a daily or weekly basis, right? But in the beginning, I would talk to more. So it's like anything else. When you're just getting started, right, a lead, a prospect, like you want to treat that like gold, and you want to treat a person like a person, not like a lead, right? But you want to treat that, authentic connection like you're developing and building a relationship. Some people will turn into business, right, and partnerships or customers or whatever, team members, and the majority of people won't, right? But here's what's really cool. If you're consistent, the word's consistent, if you're consistent with a single message, meaning you're not marketing and promoting a million different things. People are not going to take you seriously. But if you're consistent with a message, with a brand, with an idea, right, people will tune in more. You will be amazed what begins to happen as you're just making your posts on your Facebook wall. People watch. People listen. They check out your posts. They check out your videos. And then what will end up happening as you get going more is you'll begin to get the leverage of attraction marketing. You'll begin to get people attracted to you. And then when you do certain posts, people will take action on them. Or people will send you direct messages. In fact, today, true story, I got a message from someone that's known me from several years back, right? A woman who I knew from a former business that I was involved in. She's like, I've been seeing Power Network for the last year. I've just watched people make money. I saw that you're in it. I've been seeing your posts. I would love to chat with you. Can you give me a call? And this is kind of an old friend. So I'm going to give her a call. I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm willing to do that. And who knows, right? If she gets involved in my business, here's what I do know. She will be a rock star. She was a six-figure income earner in a former business. She's a stay-at-home mom. She'd be perfect for this, okay? And here's what I do in my business that works effective. I do not have the most amount of leads. I do not have the biggest email list. I do not, sign up hundreds and hundreds of people all the time. But what I'm good at is leveraging high tech with high touch. So I leverage Facebook. I leverage YouTube to attract people to me as well as to outbound connect with like-minded people. And the people that I attract to me are quality. And the people that I work with have a higher tendency in our business to go all in, which means to be able to make more money from each customer and team member that I work with. Okay? So the money in any business, I don't care if it's in Power Network, if it's another network marketing business or offline business, the money is always in back-end sales. Okay, it's what's called the Phoebe method, F-E-B-E, front end, back end. Remember Phoebe, front end, back end. So front end is, for instance, with our company, our viral blogging system. Someone gets started as little as $25 a month, right? The back end, though, is we have higher end, in-depth internet marketing training products, business development training. We have a $1,000 product, a $3,500 product. So the sales, the money is always made in the back end. So the marketing on Facebook, the marketing on YouTube to connect with these people is just to do enough to get them to say, hey, I want to learn more. I'll check this out. I'm willing to spend $25 and learn more about this community and check out this blogging platform. And then once they get started, it's like the dating process, and it's getting them plugged into the community. It's getting them educated on our compensation plan. It's getting them to a live event. It's building that relationship with them so that you can make money and move them through the process on the back end. And here's what I know. Once someone's all in, and they're committed in our business at least, in any business, right? If you have a business and someone gets started for $25 and they just, spend $25, well, easy in, easy out. Very, very easy to quit when you only have $25 on the line, right? But when you have several $1,000s invested in yourself and your education, you're going to be much less likely to quit, right? I don't have anyone that's in my business that I'm working high level with that's quit because they're invested, they're committed, they're all in. So when it comes to front end, back end, when it comes to Facebook marketing, all of that is front end. It's to build and attract that initial relationship, to be able to turn that maybe into a customer, a team member, if you're using Facebook for business. And then from there, I want to take them offline. I'm going to get on the phone with them, or I'm going to meet with them in person at a live event, because high ticket sales are made that way, many times offline as well. So I hope I didn't go off subject too much, but I just I wanted to talk about that because it's an effective and important principle, and too many times I see a lot of people leave a lot of money on the table is because they don't combine, maybe they're just all of the technology and they don't add the relationship aspect to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, that's actually an excellent thing that you highlighted there, and I just want to ask you one quick question about Phoebe. As a sponsor, it is for me challenging to know where to draw the line. From getting people from the front end to the back end, how much time do you spend? Like I have some sponsees that email me daily. They text message me daily, and they're just at the inner circle level. They say they want to get all in, but they can't necessarily. They're not in the right position to get all in at now today. But they're asking me all these questions: how to do this, how to do that, and I feel like sometimes I'm giving them information that they could get out of the Masters or the 15K. So it's like, where do we draw the line?
I'm so glad you brought that up, and that's so. Here's the thing, and this is again, this is very important in our business. If people are working with us, we take massive action inside of the Community Empower Network, and really in any other business. Because if you have a business promoting a product, or especially a training or digital information, or something that can help answer people's questions, right? That's in the form of a product that you can sell them, then you need to always guide and lead them back to the product. So, hey, awesome question. Have you watched Module 2 in the 15K formula where Chris talks about that specific topic on how to blog? Oh, you haven't? You don't own 15K? Well, that's why you need to buy the 15K. So I am always going to refer back to the product, because here's the thing. I can only spend so much time with so many people, right? And so here's what I also know. If people want my personal time, which is my most precious asset, right? Money comes and goes. You can always make more of it. You can never get your time back. So you've got to begin to value and honor your time. Now, am I willing to give some time to help everyone? Absolutely. And in fact, I probably do more a lot than a lot of people, in that when I first get a member started, I'll take an hour on the phone and do a one-on-one coaching strategy session with them to help them get started. But in that session, I'm going to explain the value of owning our higher level training products, the value of the 15K formula, the value of our master's program. I'm going to explain the difference between content and context. Content meaning the nuts and bolts strategies, which is how to get traffic, how to capture leads, how to convert sales. That's our 15K formula, right? But if you want the context, how to grow a business, how to grow and scale a business, how to literally go from just getting started to making a 7-figure income, right? That's our master's course. So I'm going to explain that. I'm going to explain the value of our compensation plan and how literally someone can refer one person and practically make their entire investment back. So what a great opportunity to be in this online marketing university, if you will. And unlike traditional college and university where, there's no affiliate program and referral fee, right? You could refer one person to the program and pretty much make the majority of your money back, making your education virtually free with one referral. That's very powerful, right? And so I explain that to them, but I'm very clear. I say, hey, I have people that have invested $5,000 with me to be all into my business. Out of being very, servitude to them, to help them, they've committed their wallet with their mouth. I have to allocate my personal time more with them, right? And it's a gradual scale. The more someone's invested in their business and their education, in my business, the more I'm able and, I will help them. But if someone's just getting started at a basic level, I plug them into the tools. I plug them into whatever training and resources are available to them, okay? And I really stress the importance of getting to our live events, because my life has changed by being at events.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a direct result. My business is a direct result of getting myself to events, having personal breakthroughs, and getting a team of people there that also experience those breakthroughs, and then they get committed. And when they get committed, they make it happen. They come up with the resources. They get all in. They start making sales. I start working with them on a higher level to produce pass-ups. I help them close business. And it's a win-win-win all the way around. So very, very important. Lead your team members. If you have the questions and they're answered in products, lead them to the product. And that's another reason why to own the training, for 2 reasons. Number one, to go through the education yourself to get educated on how to do these principles, on how to use Facebook, how to use video marketing, how to do email marketing, how to convert sales through emails and through videos and blogging, and how to be able to do paid advertising. You need to be able to go through these trainings to do it yourself, become a product of the product, but also so you effectively know how to promote and sell these products and your products, whatever that you're marketing, and to lead your customers and your affiliates back to the products to get their questions answered. So it can free up your time so you can hang out on the beaches of the world, right? And you can have time and location freedom, which is why we get started in a home-based business, especially an online-based business, so we can have more time and location freedom. If you're just answering their questions 24/7, right, you're going to be stuck. At the same time, help your team, right? Be willing to be somewhat accessible. At the same time, have a line of how much you're willing to commit with each person, depending upon what level they're at. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. So just closing your Facebook marketing strategies, like what tools? I use like Hootsuite to help me manage my social media and to help me schedule out my posts. What are your two or three tools that you use to help you manage your Facebook marketing?
Oh man! All right. So so for those of you that don't know, Peter Sorensen is referred to as the six-figure income earner tech dummy. So Peter Sorensen doesn't use a lot of tools and systems for his Facebook, but I will tell you what I use a lot of that helps me personally, and it's just this iPhone 5 and a Facebook Messenger, a Facebook app. And no matter where I'm at 24/7 in the day, I can make a fast post on Facebook from my phone. I can use, this Facebook Messenger right here. I have this Facebook Messenger, and I can chat with people 24/7. So some people, may not like it. I don't really care. Sometimes, in previous personal relationships, the girlfriend gets a little upset when I'm on my phone a lot. But I'm making money from my phone. So I'm making posts from my Facebook. I'm chatting with team members and customers and affiliates and prospects on my phone. I integrate Facebook with my everyday living. So when I'm doing business, I'm also thinking about personal, if that makes sense. And when I'm doing things personally, I'm thinking about business. So I don't really separate the two. I had a mentor of mine said, people want to separate their personal life and their business life. And a very successful mentor of mine that I can relate with, she just said, you know what? You have one life. And so me being authentic and willing to share whatever's going on, and within reason, right? We have certain things that we don't necessarily share on Facebook that might not be appropriate, if you will. But I honestly I use my phone a lot, and I use a lot of the marketing I do on Facebook with Facebook chats. So at any one time, let's say I've got a half hour on Facebook that I just want to drum up some business, if you will. If I have a focus, like, okay, I want to use Facebook for business, I will go on chat, and now I will chat with my Facebook friends. So my existing friends, this is how I might see who's online, and I'll send them a message like, hey, yes, I noticed that you're online, or I noticed XYZ post, or, what are you up to these days, or, I love that post you made the other day, and I'll just strike up a conversation with my Facebook friends, and I can do that from my phone or in front of my computer in a half hour a day, and I can connect with 10, 20, even 30 Facebook chats inside of an hour. And when I was first getting started in my business, that's what I did. I did a lot of Facebook messages, a lot of Facebook chats when people were online, and I would lead them to a point, again, like I talked earlier, where I could send them a link to get them some more information, or I would even pick up the phone. We have people say that, I put down the phone and picked up the paycheck. Well, when I'm first getting started, I'll pick up the phone to pick up a paycheck. So I wasn't afraid of the phone. At the same time, I leveraged technology, I leveraged Facebook, I leveraged videos, so that I also had systems working for me as well. So I didn't have to be on the phone 24/7 like I used to be, right? So in a nutshell, honestly, Danielle, I don't use a lot of systems per se. I probably should. I have Hootsuite as well, and I probably should use that more. But honestly, I've done a lot with Facebook. There's lots of platforms. LinkedIn's a great platform. Google Plus is becoming a bigger and better platform, especially for really high-level people. LinkedIn is as well. So there's lots of ways. Any platform that you can add people, you can search people, you can add them as a connection, as a friend, and you can send them a direct message to their inbox. That is a goldmine opportunity if done right.
Well, this is awesome. You're like a breath of fresh air, because I just realized, listening to you, that I've personally made Facebook marketing incredibly complicated. And so I'm definitely going to take a lot from what you've shared today with Facebook marketing. But I do have to boast about you. You have an amazing presence, and you did an excellent job emceeing the Team Take Massive Action event, the Internet Marketing Workshop in Las Vegas. You had also mentioned that one of your bigger strengths is video marketing, and I can see that because you're just so passionate about your online business. So if you don't mind sharing your video marketing strategies, that would be super awesome too.
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, I might even, if it's valuable to you guys and everyone, I'll do a screen share as well and kind of share with you guys some of my stuff, on my profiles and my videos and what have you. But before I get into that, and thanks for the kind words, I really appreciate it, Daniel. I love to speak. I love to train. That's my real passion. We're going to be doing more around the country offline workshops with our Take Massive Action community, teaching real-world internet marketing principles that work in today's market, teaching entrepreneurs and business owners, network marketers, how to make money online, how to grow their business. So definitely be looking out for that. But when it comes to video marketing, right, so when I got started in this business with Empower Network and in this platform and created our community, one of the big things that, again, I focused on my strengths. I focused on the areas that I could market and the things that I could do that were the best skill sets I already had, right? I didn't focus on the things I wasn't good at or I didn't want to do. For instance, I wasn't very good at blogging. I still to this day, I honestly do not like to type. It's like I get to sit down in front of a computer and I have writer's block. Okay? But at the same time, you could put a video camera in front of me, I'll just start talking. And if you haven't noticed by now, I can talk and talk and talk. Right? I love it. So, what did I focus on writing a bunch of blog posts? No. In fact, I didn't write a blog post for like 6 months and I'd made tens of thousands of dollars. How? Well, partly from the Facebook stuff I told you about, getting people to events and YouTube videos in general. Okay? So, when it comes to videos, here's a couple of, I'm going to share, honestly, I'm going to share some $1,000 nuggets right now. I'm going to share some principles that are shared in our 15K formula training in our video marketing module.
Awesome.
Here's what you want to do to be effective. Again, it doesn't matter what you're talking about. It doesn't matter what you're selling or promoting. There are principles when it comes to speaking, whether it's offline on a stage or whether it's online in front of a video camera. Okay? There are things you want to do to have an effective video. So here's kind of map those out right now. Number one, the first thing you want to do in a video is you want to have what's called an attention. It's kind of like an email or a headline. You want to hook them. Okay? You want to have an attention-grabbing hook within the first 7 to 10 seconds of why they should watch the video. What are they going to get? What are they going to learn by watching your video, right? What's the value that they're going to get? Is it some type of training? Are you going to teach them something? Are you going to, just make a funny video and here's why I want to watch because you're going to laugh your ass off, okay? Whatever it is, you want to hook them right away as to why they want to watch the video. What's going to make them, important? Here's the other thing. You want to, if possible, especially if you're going to teach them something, you want to what's called ETR, earn the right. Okay, so the first thing, let me just give you some acronyms. I love to teach in the form of acronyms. The first thing is all about WIIFM. What's in it for me? People are listening to the station, the TV station, the channel, the radio station of what's in it for me, right? So the first thing you want to do is hook them and tell them what's in it for them to watch, okay? That's step number one. Step number two is kind of tell them what you're going to tell them, but also what I call ETR is earn the right. So meaning, what has you earned the right? How have you earned the right to teach them something or share this information? Now, it doesn't mean you have to be the foremost expert. It doesn't have to mean you've made millions of dollars, whatever it is, right? It doesn't matter. But what you do is you want to begin to position yourself as an expert. You want to begin to position yourself as someone who has knowledge. And the fact of the matter is, you're a part of this community, you're taking action, you're learning, you know more than 99% of the population out there. I mean, like Danielle right now, you already know more than 95 to 90% of the population out there. So an expert, a guru, if you will, is really just, you know something about something more than most people, okay? So you got to begin to have confidence and posture. That's the other thing. In your videos, you want to have confidence. You want to have posture. You want to be confident about what you're talking about. And here's the thing. I don't necessarily believe in fake it till you make it per se, but if you kind of have to put that jacket on, so to speak, and kind of step into that role in the beginning to allow yourself to be more confident, okay, then do that. You know, confidence breeds success. People want to work with people that are confident. People want to buy from people that are confident. People that want to be led by people that have a vision of where they're going. So when you're making a video, right, whether you're just, you know, whether it's a video promoting a training or money you made or leads you generated, or whether it's just something personal, like, hey, I just started for me personally, like, I just started a fitness challenge, right? And I'm, you know, I'm working out more regularly, and I'm sharing videos and pictures about, you know, healthy home-cooked dinners I'm making, whatever, right? That's not directly related towards my internet marketing business, but at the same time it is, right? Because I'm also selling lifestyle. I'm selling being healthy and fit and traveling or whatever, right? So when it comes to your videos, hook them, tell them what you're going to tell them, ETR, earn the right, why you have the right, tell them, okay, so this is the third thing, is give them value, right? Give them content, give them value, okay? You got to teach them something, or you got to give them something of value. The fourth thing is obviously have a call to action, a clear, specific call to action. So if you're doing YouTube videos, then you'll want to have like a link in the description, okay? It's the same thing goes for, say, in your YouTube videos for the description. You want to have a mini description, what they're going to get, why they should watch this video, what this video is about, and a call to action, okay, with a link or two. One clear call to action. I see too often now people are talking, well, you know, you can get started with me or not, or you can go here and check this out, or you can do this, or, you know, message me here. No. Like, opt in below, or join, but one or the other, like, get very clear. Generally speaking, have one clear, specific call to action in your video. And here's the other thing with video marketing. Okay, I don't necessarily ever have a script. Like, everything I do is, like, kind of authentic in a sense that I don't have a specific, like, word-for-word script. But, right, but I do have a specific intention with every video. I have a specific outcome that I want. Right? Or I have a specific call to action. Am I making this video for someone to opt in? Am I making this video for someone that I want to convert that's maybe already on my list, or a prospect that I want to encourage them to join me? Am I making this for an existing team member or an affiliate and I want to encourage them on taking an action step? It might be to upgrade to another product. It might just be to teach them something, and the call to action is do what I'm teaching them to do, right? Here's what you got to know. In video marketing and Facebook, no matter what it is, you are always selling. It's not always a product or service, but sales is communication, and sales is a transference of belief.
So I have a question. The conversion rate of like Facebook marketing against video marketing, do you have any statistics for that with your strategy, using your strategies?
Oh, that's a good question. I wish I could give you specific stats. Here's what I'll say in general. Facebook marketing has been definitely #1 most effective, highest converting, highest paid. Because Facebook, you're able to really build those relationships with people. They're able to see a lot more of you. Okay, but here's the thing with YouTube, right? YouTube definitely converts, video marketing in general very high, and I share my YouTube videos on my Facebook.
On Facebook, yeah,
so
that's
here's the thing, right? I'm getting organic stuff over time on YouTube, but I'm always promoting my videos right away on Facebook. If I have an email list, I'm promoting that video to them as well. Okay, so I'm getting initial traffic, if you will, through what I already have, like my Facebook, my list as I'm building an email list. But I'm also over time getting organic views and leads and sales. And here's what I know. I have lots of leads and lots of sales from my YouTube videos. I've had multiple people upgrade. I've had a couple people I know at least 2 or 3 go all in that found me on my YouTube videos, okay? One of which was a woman that lives in Germany. Found one of my videos I'll actually share with you, saw my video on YouTube, ended up signing up, ended up exchanging emails, that type of thing. I don't even know, we might have Skyped once. She came out to an event and went all in, okay, from a YouTube video. And I've had multiple people like that, okay? So YouTube is very powerful, right? Video marketing is very powerful. And if you do these principles, if you're confident, if you hook them, right, you give them value, have a clear call to action, and you do it. My first videos weren't that great, but I've gotten better and better and better, right? It's just like anything else. It's a skill. So with that, Daniel, if you want, I'll actually show you guys kind of my journey, if you will, of some YouTube videos and kind of take you behind the screen. I'm willing to be, transparent and show you, my YouTube and my channel and some of the things I've done. If you like, I can share my screen and do that for you.
Yeah, that would be super awesome.
Okay, cool. So let me do a quick screen share here. So my desktop. All right. So you guys can see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. Okay. So let me go into, so first off, real quick, right, here's my Facebook page, right? So a couple things I'll just highlight real quick on Facebook. This is like, for instance, a picture, a timeline cover, right? So this is prime real estate. So, and I could do better, but here's the thing. I'm kind of showcasing my lifestyle. I'm showcasing the fact of, like, this is my view from my new place, right? Before this was actually, I'll show you real quick, was this view, where this was my old house in Costa Rica. So this was my old timeline cover on Facebook, right? So, again, like earlier, right now, I'm promoted, this training, right? So here's a direct, a direct business type post. I'm promoting a training that I'm doing, right? But I'm also promoting, like, healthy stuff, and because I've started working out a lot, and I'm promoting where I live. I'm promoting quotes about me, right? I'm positioning myself as professional, confident, successful, right? So I'm mixing in my posts, right? Here's like, I'm just, hey, I'm supportful, I'm grateful to support my family. What are you grateful for today? And then I'll do other posts where I'm promoting like this. Who's Peter Sorensen? How did I go from broke to new to online marketing to create 6 figures? Learn more, right? So I'm mixing in personal combined with business. So I just wanted to show you that real quick on business. It's very clean, it's professional. That's what I did for me. Now, this is my YouTube channel. These are, different videos that I've done, right? Here's one of my first videos that I ever did. Empower Network Review with Peter Sorensen and free lead generation training. Now, as you can see, this has gotten 745 views. Now, not a ton of views per se. It's not thousands, right? But these are targeted quality views. I've gotten a ton of leads and sales from this video, okay? I've got a lead, and it doesn't matter. I don't need to show you that stuff. But essentially, this is an effective video. Now, one of the most effective videos I ever made was this one, how I made $3,744 in 24 hours. So this was my first breakthrough in the business. I was in the business for about 3 months, okay? And I shot a quick little 2-minute video, and I got a ton of traffic from it. And here's the interesting thing about it. I'll tell you what not to do. Never make a video horizontal like this, or vertical, I guess you should say, right? Don't do this. This is when, like, your video I made this for my iPhone, right? My buddy filmed me when I was in what's called a Diamond Lounge in Las Vegas. I'm like, I just got out of the gym. I'm super casual, right? But it was a hook, right? How I made $3,000, so that's gonna hook some people. And I keyworded it with a few different things. I wish I could show you these, but. And I call to action with a link. So I made a video. I talked about, like, I showed proof. I don't know if you can see this. I'll put this on mute so you don't hear the volume. But, like, I'm talking about how I made money. I'm talking about basically this training that teaches people how to connect with people on Facebook. And here I'm, like, showing my screenshot here, right? So I'm basically hooking them. I'm showing proof, and then I'm giving them a call to action, right? And I did a little bit of Facebook, or a little bit of YouTube advertising on it, I think, for like 1,000 of the views, just to be transparent. I honestly didn't know what the hell I was doing, so I don't know if I got any results, to be honest. But I got some views. But most of it's been all, this is a year ago, and I'm still getting leads, and I've gotten sales from this video. One person went all in. Okay. Here's another video. You can have reasons or results, success coaching principle. Okay. So these are 2 keywords that I wanted to go out there. Now, not a lot of views, 55 views. I'm not sharing this as like a highly successful video, right? But one thing about this video is it has what's called a custom thumbnail. So I'm going to show you a strategy, which is what we talked about, is these custom thumbnails. How to include custom thumbnails like this, where you can take a picture, okay, and it's got custom thumbnails. Here's another one. Basically how I made $13,000 in a day. Like this one's gotten 600 views. That's gotten me some leads. And there's a custom thumbnail of me with, a little screen capture, right? So that's another important thing to do on YouTube, is how to create these custom thumbnails. In our Team Take Massive Action, if you're not a member, if you're a member and you're part of our community, we have training that teaches you how to do that. So that's definitely another reason to get involved in our community. We teach specific strategies on YouTube marketing of how to do that, how to do custom thumbnails like this. Okay, when you do that, you're able to get even increase your ability to get liked and seen. And those are some different ways. So as you can see, I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm doing lots of videos. These are a lot of videos. I did a lot of videos when I lived in Costa Rica. These are all videos I did in Costa Rica. I did testimonial videos. So as you're creating success, it might even be in the beginning, generating 5 leads online, or might be generating 10 leads online, whatever the case may be. And I'll kind of go back here. Cool. All right. So, sharing your success, but also, sharing what you're learning. When you're first getting started, you learned a new strategy, or you generated 10 leads for free online today. Make a video. Here's a high-level strategy, okay? Facts tell, stories sell, okay? You want to be sharing and selling stories, okay? And it just isn't about your story, okay? It's about the stories of other people in our community, other team members, other people in our Take Massive Action community. So, for instance, nowadays, I'm sharing a lot more about the stories of my team members having success. I'm sharing the stories of people getting involved. Danielle, you said you promoted one of my stories on my $13,000 day, right? You share stories of other people in the beginning. In the beginning, I didn't have a story. Okay, in the beginning, I made that review video. I was just sharing about, hey, here's kind of a review, and here's what I'm doing, and here's why I got started in this community. If you want to learn more, check this out, right? I was sharing, success stories of my business partner, Chris Record, and how he made like $10,000 in his first 30 days. I was sharing the success of other people, and as I did that and I started making some sales, then I started to have some success on my own. In the beginning, it was like, hey, I just I had a $100 day, right? And then when I had a 15K formulas, I had a $1,000 day. And then I had that $3,000 day, and that's when things really picked up, and that was right after going to the master's course, investing in that education, coming out of there on fire, just taking consistent massive action on Facebook, on YouTube, and as I was making sales, I was sharing that success. I was motivating and inspiring other people, both my leads and prospects, if you will, as well as my new team members, customers, and affiliates. I was showing them that it was working. I was sharing my success to motivate them that they could do it too. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Always be thinking I'm marketing to 2 groups of people, front and back end. Marketing to potential, customers, affiliates, prospects, leads, if you will, right? And once they become a customer, once they become a paying member of something, of my business, I'm now focused on back-end marketing. I'm always marketing and connecting with them. I don't just get them in and then that's it and leave them out to dry. I communicate with them on a daily basis. I'm emailing them. I'm connecting with them on Facebook and our Facebook groups. I'm having chats with them. I'm sharing ideas with them, okay? So always be thinking about that in your marketing of these 2 groups of people, these 2 pipelines, okay? Front end with your prospects, back end with your team members, getting them involved, getting them upgraded, getting them committed, getting them to events, okay? And using the marketing methods, how you got them in the same way in the back end, right? So I use Facebook on the back end, I use YouTube on the back end, right? It's just different on who I'm talking to. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. So this is super cool because you've given us you've given us gold bars of information very, very much over-delivered, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But people are going to walk away from watching this hangout, right? And they're going to go to, like, set up their Facebook fan pages or their regular pages the way that you told them to, or the way that you do, right? And then they're going to try to make awesome videos, and they're going to be disappointed because they're not going to attract a whole bunch of people necessarily, like you've been able to. So then they'll go to outsourcing, like Fiverr, or they'll go to other places to buy leads, to buy engagement. How do you feel about that type of thing?
Well, here's what I know. So, there's that old adage just coming to my mind right now, Henry Ford, right? Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. So, this is a perfect segue, and that's why it comes down to your mindset. That's what comes down to what I call the inner game of online marketing, okay? So this is all about creating your inner world to be in alignment to manifest on the outer world success. To manifest outer world success, to manifest financial breakthroughs, I must create internal personal breakthroughs. I must become the person that is successful. I must become the person that people want to work with. I must work on myself harder than I even work in my business. I work just as harder on myself than I work on the marketing strategies. 80% of success is the inside game. 20% is technique. Okay? People get way too caught up in technique and technology and this and that, and I got to know all this stuff. No. Okay, call it fluff, call it flu-flu, I don't care. I know it works. It's scientific now and proven. Universal principles. Like attracts like, right? You will attract on a conscious, subconscious level the type of person you are and becoming, okay? So that's why our 8 core commitments that we have in our business are so important. Half of them are the inside game, and half of them are the outside game. One without the other is an incomplete strategy. So I can have the greatest tools and the greatest toolbox, right? But if I got a leak in the toolbox, there's going to be a bit of a problem. So I've got to work on myself. So the reading success principles books like Think and Go Rich, Science of Getting Rich, different things, success principles, listening to daily audios, listening to our Empower Hour calls, the Inner Circle training calls, getting yourself, doing the inner work, getting coaching and mentoring,
even exercising too.
Yeah,
that's
totally. Right? Managing your state, right? Managing your energetic state. So for instance, when I do a video, I am not going to do a video. I might feel tired, I might feel sluggish, and when I do that, but when I do a video, I'm on. I shift my state. I don't care if I'm dead tired. The next minute I do a video, I'm freaking wired. Because here's what I know. Success, the person, generally speaking, with the highest energy wins. You want a lot of money? Money is energy. You have to have a lot of energy. You get to create a lot of energy. So it's like building the muscle, right? You mentioned working out. It's just like working out. Begin to build the muscle, the mindset muscle, as well as the mechanics, which are the marketing techniques, doing those consistently over time. So I focused on, number one, surrounding myself with people that are more successful than me, surrounding myself with people that have an abundant consciousness mindset, those that really know that this planet is abundant, that we have more and more opportunities around us all the time, okay? I begin to surround myself with people that are like-minded, the more successful, that really believe and create bigger things in life. That's number one. Number two, on a daily basis, and I'm not perfect, I don't do it all the days, I'm a human being, right? I make mistakes, I don't always do what I know I should be doing, right? But more than likely than not, to begin to, do the principles, read daily, listen to things daily. I've invested tens of thousands of dollars into my training and coaching and seminars and workshops and personal breakthrough training outside of business, right? But as one of my mentors told me, your personal growth is in direct proportion to your financial growth. I'll say that again. Your personal growth is in direct proportion to your financial growth. And here's what I'll also say about on your road and on your journey to success in this business or any business. And I said this to several team members over the last week. It's like, hey, I've been doing this for a few weeks, and I don't have a lot of success yet, or leads or sales, and I feel discouraged. And I go, well, a doctor didn't become a doctor in 3 weeks. A doctor didn't get to perform on patients in their first month of education, right? So you've got to have the right expectation. You got to set the right context. Like, I committed a long time ago to being a successful entrepreneur, no matter what it took, no matter how long it took, no matter how much debt I got into. I mean, there's a point in time in 2008 when I was close to 6 figures in personal debt. Okay, I was facing foreclosure on 2 properties that I bought. I was in real estate at the time as well, and I was about to get evicted from my place in Marina Del Rey. I had made some money, lost it all, and I was at a point. But you know what? I didn't quit. And I said, you know what, I'm going to keep on going, because eventually I'm going to get to where I want to be. Eventually I'm going to have true time and location freedom. Eventually, at some point, I'm going to be able to speak and train and inspire other people and share my journeys, share my struggles as well as successes. So if there's anyone on this call or this hangout that's watching, and you've had some challenges, maybe you're on this call and you relate to the fact that you've been through those. Maybe you're even in debt or facing foreclosure right now. I get it. I've been there too. You've got to have a long-term outlook. And one of my mentors, Tony Robbins, was famous for saying this. Oh, I love this quote. I can so relate to it. He said, most human beings overestimate what they'll achieve in 10 years, or sorry, overestimate what they'll achieve in 1 year, but drastically underestimate what they can achieve in a decade. I'll say that again. Most people way overestimate what they'll achieve in their first year, but they drastically underestimate what they can achieve in a decade. So again, it's having the long-term mindset. Successful companies and businesses, for instance, they have like 10 or 100-year plans, right? And so as an entrepreneur, as an internet marketer, as a home-based business professional, it's important to have a long-term outlook and to know that you're building a skill set. You're learning principles to where you can create your own economy regardless of the economy. You can create your financial future for the rest of your life, that you can create money out of thin air as you learn these principles. So no matter what the economy is, you know how to market, you know how to promote, you know how to sell, you know how to train and speak and inspire people. These skill sets, right, you drastically, I thought I was going to be a millionaire when I was 19, right? And unfortunately I wasn't. And at the same time, a decade later, I'm now experiencing, the life of my dreams. And here's the cool thing, though. It doesn't have to take you a decade. Like, the avenues and the principles and the foundation that we have now with technology, with Empower Network, with 100% commissions, with training, these incredible trainings, are far better than the stuff that I had when I was first getting started. I mean, night and day. It wasn't even close, right? So I'm not saying it has to take you years and years and years, but what I am saying is to have a bigger outlet, that it doesn't matter if, right? It's just when and how much, that you're going to succeed. You're going to commit 100% to do this for as long as it takes, no matter what it takes, and you're going to experience the success that you want. And success is different, right? It's not about a number amount. Success looks many different ways, right? But you've got, again, have to have the right mindset to know that you can do this. So surround yourself with people that are going to uplift and inspire you, okay? And also, people are going to hold your ass to the fire. They're going to be your coach and mentor and kind of kick you in the butt at times. And I'm so grateful to have awesome people around me like that, and Chris Record and Arthur Tubman and Lawrence Tam, some of the other big leaders in our community that are just doing even better than me. They get to hold me accountable, also inspire me to uplift my game, right? So that I can not only make more money, but I can serve and impact and inspire more people. Because as you get going, as you begin to get your financial oxygen tank, if you will, right, it's then sharing that with others, being able to inspire other people, be able to help people get out of their own ditch. But to get out of the ditch, help them get out of their ditch, you got to get out of the ditch first. You can't help someone out of the ditch if you're still sitting in the ditch. Right?
Absolutely. And, success really, oftentimes comes from failure, right? Thomas Edison, how many times did he try to invent the light bulb, right? And you are an amazing success story. I can kind of relate to you in a small to a small extent, as far as being in a traumatic car accident. You experienced one when you were 8 years old. I experienced mine when I was 18, and your wrist was like, basically they wanted to just amputate it, right?
Yeah.
But by the grace of God and amazing doctors, they were able to put you back together. And
Yeah.
I just think it's really awesome how you're able to. I think that's your secret sauce. You were able to triumph that. And God's, still blessed you, or whoever, I'm not saying whether
Yeah.
you're Christian or not, with, an amazing mindset from the get-go, and you're very intelligent, and have an entrepreneur-like mentality, and just mix all that together with, triumphing from something that you're near death.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad you brought that up, and I'll elaborate on that in a few more minutes. And you said a couple things. Number one, you said it failing forward, right? That's or failing. I learned actually when I was 13 years old. So when I was 13 years old, I did a leadership, like a youth leadership camp, and the whole weekend was basically it was teaching, inspiring teenagers in leadership, and it was my first experience of kind of doing some of this stuff, and the main principle of the weekend was failing forward, because the whole weekend we were failing at these different activities, but we were failing forward, and we were getting better, and we were getting more connected, and we were getting more in sync, and we were getting opportunities to lead our group, right, and learning. And it's funny you just said that, because I haven't thought about that really in years. But from that moment, and I'll now take it back to my car crash when I was 8 years old, right? So when I was 8 years old, I was in a situation. If you've ever seen anything on a movie, imagine like a crazy car crash where like a car flips and rolls and tumbles and like gets demolished, right? And imagine a little 8-year-old kid in that car, in that process, right? And I was 8 years old. I was in Thousand Oaks, California. I was with my mom's fiance at the time. He was no longer a fiance. This guy's not around for obvious reasons, but and he was driving kind of recklessly, lost control of the car, and the car flipped and rolled. And in that process, my hand was flown throughout the window. The car flipped, rolled, landed upside down, and smashed on my wrist. So there I was, a little helpless, 8-year-old child, the hand on my car, literally pinned against the car. And fortunately, there were some workers down the road, saw the action, and it pulled me out from under the car. You kind of try to salvage my hand, if you will. It was laying there, just blood everywhere, and I won't get too graphic, but it was pretty traumatic. I was in shock. I was in a conscious shock state, so I was consciously aware of it. To this day, I have mental images of the accident, pieces, if you will, right? But I was in shock, so I don't actually remember feeling much of it consciously from a pain standpoint. But I was pulled from that road. They called, this is before the land of cell phones, right? So they got to a nearby house. This was in an old kind of a windy country road of Thousand Oaks, California, Southern California. They got to a house, called the ambulance. They got me, ambulance, put me on the stretcher, wheeled me away, got me into a local hospital. The accident was so bad that the local surgeons at the local hospital there in that area, in Thousand Oaks area, could not perform surgery on me. And so they actually then drove me an hour plus away to UCLA Medical Center. So they drove me from Thousand Oaks back down to UCLA Medical Center, where I had an amazing surgeon. I'll say his name. I don't know if he's around. Who knows if I'll ever see this. But Dr. Neil Ford Jones, 20 years ago, who performed a reconstructive hand surgery on me, took skin from my back to be able to cover my hand, later took a nerve transplant and took a strip of nerves from my leg, chopped them up in little pieces, and to be able to regenerate my hand. And here's what's crazy. Here's my hand today. You guys can see that. Okay?
wow.
So this is where they took the skin graft. They put nerves in my fingers so that I could eventually feel and move my hand. And I did about a year of physical therapy to be able to move my hand, be able to make a fist, to be able to have full feeling, right? So it was a miracle. And from that moment, though, here's the thing. I had a lot of, obviously, physical trauma that happened from that car crash, right? The year of physical therapy, really intense. But the emotional trauma is what I really got scarred from and I had to work through. So the emotional trauma was being fearful of being in cars, number one, fearful of speed. The emotional trauma was getting picked on as a child 24/7 with my hand. Kids can be cruel, let's face it. You've probably been picked on as a kid, right? In some way, we all have in some way. And it was tough, and being called names like Bubble Boy and this and that, and not having many friends growing up. And from those experiences, and thank God for an amazing, powerful, supportive mother, my mom, Jeanette Freeman, who later became, she was a single mom, later became a New Thought minister and a spiritual leader, if you will, in her own right. She was my first mentor. And so at the age of 13, 14, as I'm getting into teenage adolescence and going through these challenges, not only from the physical aspect, right, but more emotionally and psychologically, right, I got into the realm of personal development. I got in the realm of spiritual and personal growth. I began being in these camps, if you will, every winter and summer for 5 years, working on myself, doing a lot of internal processes, getting me ready to also at the same time knowing I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So from a very young age, I started to overcome these mental challenges, these limiting beliefs, doing workshops and classes, and as a teenager, even in winters and in the summer, during the summer. And I'm so grateful that actually my mom put me in there, because when I went to my first one, I was kicking and screaming, and I wanted nothing to do with it. And at the end of that week-long youth camp, if you will, my life had changed. And I'd made so many incredible friends. And so from that moment, I've really done so much work like that, and I've done a lot to overcome mentally and emotionally and spiritually, to overcome that challenge, to know life is precious, and to know that, you know, we have a calling, and that, you know, if you're here on this planet and if you're watching this hangout right now, that you've got a message, that you can inspire people, that you're born to be, you're born, as Bob Proctor said, to be rich, that you're born to be abundant, and to be able to share that, not only financially, but emotionally and spiritually, to uplift, awaken, and inspire other people. So, you know, yeah, my car crash and the car accident that I was in at 8 years old was the single moment that transformed and changed my life forever. And it caused a lot of challenges that I had to overcome emotionally and personally and physically as well. And at the same time, I'm so grateful for it, because it has definitely, you know, shaped and formed who I am and the journey that I've gone on over the last, you know, now 20 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, praise God that you survived, and it's just amazing how many lives you've been able to touch in such a short period of time. And you're not even 30, and you're already rocking and rolling. I would love to have you as my mentor. How do people get coaching from you? Do you do coaching?
You know, you can. Actually, it's funny. I mean, I'm available. I help our team members and our team take massive action. I have my Facebook page people can connect with. Things coachingfrompeter.com. This is just my Facebook fan page, so I post stuff on there. But you know, really, just I would say, you know, get in touch. You know, number one, first and foremost, if you're watching this hangout and you're not a part of our community yet, that, you know, join our community. Get in touch with the person that invited you. However you got to this hangout, however you're watching it. You know, get back to your email if there's a link. Get started. Join our community. Join Empower Network. It's a no-brainer. Okay, you can get started. There's a little $25. If you're still not sure all about it, well, just get started. You know, you can get started for the price of dinner, right? Check it out. You know, try our, you know, learn more about our blogging platforms and the products and trainings we have, and plug into our community. I'll be speaking at our event in Anaheim, so I'll be sharing more about my story and speaking at our upcoming event in Anaheim, October 11th through the 13th. So definitely, for those of you that are a part of our community and Empower Network and Team Take Massive Action, I'd love to personally meet you and hang out, you know, make a video with you, take a picture, whatever, and meet you. I love that stuff. I love events. I love meeting new people, new faces, and you know, just plug it into our group, plug it into our community on Facebook, our private Facebook group that we have, part of our community, and Team Take Massive Action. And you know, we're launching some new platforms, so stay tuned to that. We're launching our new team training site. Really, really cool stuff. So my buddy Chris Reckard's been working around the clock on that. So yeah, you know, just plug in. That's the biggest thing. Plug in. Hopefully, I see you guys at one of our events. You can connect with me on Facebook, coachingfrompeter.com, for my personal Facebook page. So you guys can connect with me there as well.
Awesome, Peter. Thank you so much for your time. You've been just amazing. Gold bars for sure. Thanks so much. I'm grateful to be on here, guys.
And I'd like to apologize to everyone up front for the blunder on my end. Apparently, I was playing back a recording unintentionally, and you know, when you were mentioning your accident at the age of 8, and I think you had a very severe accident also, Danielle, that kind of brought back memories of an accident that I had many years ago, and it changed my life, and I had just gotten started as an entrepreneur then, and I was absolutely scared to death. There I was, pretty much disabled there for a period of time, but I had my wife move some files to my downstairs office from my office across town, bought me a new chair, which was a lounge chair, and hooked up a 2-line phone there, and I made more money in about 8 months than I normally earn in a 2 or 3 year period of time. I think I billed about $120,000 in 4 months with the overhead of just that 2-line phone. So, but it was kind of like Glenn was given a second chance. And what I was doing, just like with online marketing and attraction marketing, is helping other people, which is what this is all about. And thank you so much, Peter, for sharing with us your story and these golden nuggets that you've shared with us today that we can all utilize in our businesses as well as anyone else that happens to be listening.
I agree. It was wonderful training, and we have had some people making some comments. We've had Lisa Gilbert is here, and also, Peter, did you say your mother's name was Jeanette Freeman?
That's her.
She's been watching you.
Awesome. Hey, Mom, love you. Mwah.
So that wonderful training has been wonderful. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, I will definitely see you in Anaheim in a couple weeks. I'm looking forward to it. How many people do you think are going to be there at that event?
I'm not exactly sure, but it'll definitely be a packed house. I think it's going to be, I mean, I know it's going to be an awesome event for, it's a big, California's a big market in general, and number 2, I'll be there speaking, so.
That's right. Well, I'm sure you're really busy and have a lot to do today. Thank you so much for giving us your time, and hopefully we'll hang out with you soon.
Awesome. Look forward to it, guys. Take care. Take massive action. See you at the next event.
Thanks,
Cool.
Peter.
And quickly, let's see, where are our other regional events? We've got Orlando, Florida, that Diane and I will be at. Then there's Anaheim that Peter and Danielle will be at. And then there's one in Texas.
Yeah, and then one in D.C., right?
Yeah, so real quick, guys, and then we'll wrap it. So, for those of you that are on our Team Take Massive Action and Empower Network, we do these big events every quarter, and normally they're just in one place. The last one was in Denver with like 6,000 people. It was amazing. Lives were changed. But this time around, we're doing something unique, and we're just kind of testing something out, and we're making these events more regionally based. So we'll have 4 events in the month of October over 3 weekends. So 4 events over 3 weekends in 4 different cities around the country. So we're making it a lot more convenient for people. So real quick, if you want to take notes or whatever, you can get more details. If you're part of our community, you can log into your Empower Network back office, but if you're not a part of it with our community yet, and you want to learn more about our community, what a great opportunity to do that, to then attend one of our events as you're just getting going. So October 11th through the 13th will be in Anaheim, California. October 11th through the 13th in Anaheim, California. The next weekend, October 18th through the 20th, we have 2 events going on simultaneously. One is in Washington, D.C., and the other one is in Dallas, Texas. So October 18th through the 20th, you've got 2 options, Dallas, Texas, or Washington, D.C. And then October 25th through the 27th, we will be in Orlando, Florida. So Orlando, Florida, October 25th through the 27th. So you have those 4 opportunities. Get to at least one. I'll be in Anaheim. I actually believe I'll be in Orlando as well. And we'll have representation leaders of our Team Take Massive Action in every event. So we'll make sure we'll connect with you. We'll do some cool things. And I know in Anaheim we're having a women's luncheon on Friday before the event. And every single kind of event we'll be doing things for our Team Take Massive Action. So, plug in, get in started, get involved, get a ticket to your event. They will sell out. Get a ticket to one of them. We'll have probably anywhere from 1,500 to 2,000 people at each event. So it's going to be a great opportunity to get there, to meet the leaders, the up-and-coming leaders. Hear a lot of people, stories that you haven't heard from before that you can relate to, that were maybe where you're at not that long ago, that are now really creating some amazing results in their lives, financially as well as personally. And have fun, have breakthroughs, network, make amazing relationships and friendships, get some great training, and really, really, fuel your business. So there's nothing better that you can do than get to this next event. Anyone who goes to the events has a 3 to 6 month curve, ahead of people that don't go. That's just the bottom line. So if you're not going to the events, then honestly, I hate to say this, unless there's some crazy circumstances, that could be the case for some people, that you're just not doing what it takes, because the event process, number one, is one of our 8 core commitments, and number 2, and more importantly, it is the foundation to building a big business. It doubles people's incomes by attending events and getting people to events. So, with that, get to one of the events. I look forward to seeing you guys if you're in Anaheim or Orlando. But either way, get a ticket to one, make it happen, get there, and I can promise you it'll be one of the best things you do for your life and for your business.
Awesome. Thank you, Peter.
Cool.
Danielle, you might mention that for those that are watching the rebroadcast, there will be a link that each of us will be posting. So those that invited you today, we encourage you to join Empower Network. Click on that link below before you leave. And the income discussed today by Peter may not be typical, so there will also be an income disclosure statement also included.
There you go. Thanks a lot, guys. It was an awesome hangout, and I will see you next week.
Thanks, everybody.